The purpose of getting everyone involved in the political system is not actually about giving power to the people. It's about steering the hearts and minds of the population and making them feel that they have a stake in the world that is being created. When you vote, all you are doing is checking off a box that their mind control is working. In the end, it does not matter who you vote for, because their agenda will go through no matter what. You cannot slow it down by engaging in their system. You slow it down by relying on the power of our Creator that works through you through His Holy Spirit. At this point in time, the politics of this world are being used to drive us toward this new world order. You must keep your hearts and minds pure, and you can only do this when you do not participate, because no matter what, the minute you engage, they are grabbing you in. Listen, if you have been voting for the majority of your life, examine the world since you started voting until now. Has the world gotten better or worse? What do you have to lose? The politics of today is not just promoting political agendas, but it's clearly seen that it's provoking civil war. A civil war is brewing because of our polarizing politics. Both Obama and Trump agree on one thing. They both say if the election is not won for their party, there will be an apocalypse, which means no matter what, we're going to have a problem. There's nothing you can do about this. In trying to create a better world, you are working against our Creator and strengthening the New World Order, which has no place for our Creator, and that's why we see more and more policies moving to be on the opposite side of it. You must be smart and vigilant today. The devil is out on a full court press, and everything that you think makes sense is pretty much wrong. Stop listening to the rhetoric trying to figure out what side you're on. Forget about all these political agendas. There is only one agenda, and that is moving the world towards the dominion of Satan, and your only option as a believer is to not be a part of it. People have been conditioned all their life to believe in the power of their vote. And starting right now, there will be a lot of programming that will promote to you that you have a say and that your vote means something. The way 2020 went, it seems that this year will be the biggest year of transition into this great reset. The Matrix is a world that has been made to purposely deceive you, while at the same time it influences you to contribute satanic energy to help establish a new world order. It is the strong delusion that was prophesied of in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. A majority of the world lives in is not in fact reality. It is a scripted world built around massive structures of control that were put in place by a small group of wealthy, powerful, satanically led families that completely control all the major industries and factions of our world. You see, they could have built all these systems of economics and government, and built all these grand illusions through the news and social organizations. But if we were taught to use our brains in a way that engages critical thinking, there will be no way for this massive mind game to take hold of us. So to keep this from happening, these puppet masters created a system that would keep the generations in line and make sure the population only knew what it was that they wanted them to know. And so the education system was created. So there's a book that goes over the false structures of our education system. It's called The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. In the preface, it makes an important claim of which I will start this subject with, taking some of what they have written while editing a few things. It explains, the world is engaged in a war. People write important books about war. Books documenting the battles fought, the names of the generals involved, the names of those who fired the first shot. One fought using psychological methods. An over 100-year war. A different, more deadly, consequential war than any in which the world has ever been involved. A war which the average person in the world hasn't the foggiest idea is even occurring. The reason people do not understand this is because it has been fought in secret, in the schools of our nations around the world, targeting us and our children who are and have been captive in classrooms. The wagers of this war are using very sophisticated and effective tools. This war has, in fact, become the war to end all war. If citizens on this earth can be brainwashed or robotized using dumbed-down education to accept what those in control want, there will be no more wars. If there are no rights or wrongs, there will be no one wanting to right a wrong. Robots have no conscience. The only permissible conscience will be the United Nations or a global conscience. Whether an action is good or bad will be decided by a global government's global consciousness, as recommended by Dr. Brock Chisholm, Executive Secretary of the World Health Organization, Interim Commission in 1947. The people alive today have been aggressively attacked without any clue that it is happening. And what's worse is after they have been attacked and neutralized, when they have children, they allow their children to face the same fate as they did. And it's a continuous cycle. And this is how the war continues on. It also continues on because many of the low-level soldiers and lieutenants, the teachers and the principals, they are also engaging in the warfare and they have no real clue as well. The world was not always so industrialized. Education around the world was different depending on where you went. For the most part, education wasn't as formal as it was indirect. Children educated themselves through self-directed play and exploration. You watch and learn as your parents and community did. It was quite different than what we know today, but that is getting too deep. Before the industrial world, people were responsible for their families. They either hunted or learned a skill.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it. Write for Pollution Booklet Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.